One of the things I always fight inside myself is how people view or think about me. Even though I tell myself all the time that other people's opinions about me don't matter, deep down, I know there's at least part of me who thinks that. The thoughts always range from, do I belong here? Do these people actually like me, or are they just pretending? These thoughts are ridiculous. I don't have to worry about it. It happens anyway. This is just one of the topics that Chicory Colorful Tale covers about mental health. A game that looks cute and fun painting on the outside, until you realize it's so much more once you get into the nitty gritty. The beginning parts of Chicory are not the usual opening for someone who's going to be the main hero of the game. You start by telling the game what your favorite food is. Mine was spaghetti, so that was the name of my hero for the story. Everyone in Chicory is named after some type of food item, and it's the most charming thing ever. It really helps bring personality to the world, which it was already overflowing with. Spaghetti is the janitor for Chicory, who at the beginning of our story is the wielder of the brush and is supposed to be the best artist in the whole world, and the only one who can paint in color. The world then goes through a horrific event and all the colors are erased, with Chicory nowhere to be found but the brush just sitting on the ground. Spaghetti has to step up to the plate and figure out what's going on. That event is the catalyst for the rest of the story, and it's also where we start to get some mental health themes to the surface. When the color got taken away from the world, something else started to sprout up in its place. The darkness. The darkness is represented in the world by these scary, twisted trees that start appearing everywhere. I don't want to spoil too much when it comes to the boss fights, which are definitely my favorite part of the game, but you realize the darkness feeds off people's insecurities about themselves. Mental health is something that games have never been the best at portraying. Usually games will do that in a way to play into all the stereotypes that mental health has been dealing with for 5+ decades. A man or a woman getting carried away in a white straitjacket while screaming, getting shoved into the back of a white van. Whether it's imposter syndrome, depression, pressure of expectations, or personal anxieties, Chicory does a great job of handling each of these topics with tact and actually goes somewhat in depth with conversations between characters. I also want to shout out the accessibility options and hint system the game has. You can really tailor it down to exactly how you want it. Do you want to get rid of the wet sounds that come from the brush because it's unsettling to you? You can do that. Do you want to make it where you can take 4 hits instead of 2 during boss fights? You can do that too. It's very open-ended. Same thing with the hint system, which is built into the universe by a phone booth that you use to call your parents. Someone who also likes to call my mom when I need help with big decisions, or I just need someone else to bounce my thoughts off of, this hint system's pretty relatable. I would also be remiss in this review if I did not mention the music in the game. Lena Raine, who also did the music in Celeste, is behind the music in Chicory, and it's all fantastic. The music in the boss fights really helps take those moments to the next level. One of my favorite moments with music in the game is when you go off to Dinners, which is supposed to be the big city of the game, since every other place has felt more like a small town. It reminded me when you go to Celadon City in Pokemon Blue and Red, and the different music kicks in, you just feel the bustling and how different this place feels from everywhere else you've been. Chicory, A Colorful Tale is not going to hit everyone like it did me, but that's okay. I do think this game shows why indie developers are so important to the overall medium, because most AAA studios would not be able to make something this personal and intimate. Hopefully developers and creators can look at Chicory, A Colorful Tale and be inspired how it handles mental health, while still making a game full of life and fun.